Hey guys, sorry about that. I'm here now. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. Yeah, I just want to preview and talk about the Abu Dhabi tournament and review the final of the Davis Cup. I was due to do a review of the Davis Cup final right after the match happened, but I've got busy, got into a whole lot of things. We're a week late, but I thought it's better to do it than not do it. And I was also doing a video to preview the Abu Dhabi Medulla, what do we call it? Medulla World Tennis Championships, I believe, right? So I first just will get into this one because this is happening now for the people who only want that since the Davis Cup was a week ago, and then I'll get into the other things, right? So day one is going to be coming up Thursday. So what do we have now? The first match is going to be um, Fritz against Shapovalov, right? Um, Fritz Shapovalov, yeah. So I just think in this particular match, I think they're both young. They both got quite good serves. They both got a power game. Their problems with their game is both very similar. Like they go for too much, make errors, don't have consistency, don't have much speed on the defense. But I think Shapovalov's just a bit more advanced, where with the power, he has a bit less errors, a bit more consistency than Fritz does, and a little bit better defense, and a little bit better mentally in the bigger points. I mean, just due to being here, done that type thing. So I just think he's just a slightly better version of Fritz, more consistent, better defense, matches him on the power and the serve, maybe even a bit better on the power and the serve. And I think that will result in him winning in two very close sets because they're very even, but he's just slightly better. It'll be something like 7-6, 7-5 in favor of Shapovalov. So I'm giving that win to Shapovalov. The second one will be Dan Evans and Andy Murray, the all British match. Um, I mean, Dan Evans hasn't been playing well for a while, either has Murray. I just think that Murray, he's taken the off season to really rest and really get ready for this year, right? So I think Murray is going to Yeah, I think Murray, he's going to be really rested, but really well prepared. A lot of practice sessions in the legs, really prepared himself to play, but at the same time, fresh from the off season. Evans has had a poor year last year, but because Murray is not the old Murray we used to have, and Evans is not someone who's like 100 in the world or anything like that, I'm going to say Murray is going to win it. But I'm going to say it'll be Murray in three sets, close match. But I just think Evans is not playing that well, and with Murray, the freshness from the off season, right? Um, the freshness from the off season for Andy Murray. So I just think that, and then the fact that he's got a lot of training sessions, and I think he's going to come out fresh, yet well prepared, ready to go, ready to put his best. And I just think that Dan Evans is, he's been a bit off and a bit inconsistent, and even if Murray's game's not there, he won't capitalise. So between Evans being off and Murray being fresh and well prepared with the training sessions, I'm going to go Andy Murray, but I'm saying three sets because Murray's not where he was. Evans is not terrible, not like he's someone out of the top 100. So I'm going to say three sets to Andy Murray in that one, right? Then in so that's the first day. We've got Shapovalov in straight sets, close sets over Fritz. We've got Murray over Dan Evans, right? So that's day one. Now I'm just getting for you the schedule for day two, right? So day two, we're going to see Andrei Rublev against Fritz or Shapovalov. It'll be Shapovalov, but I just think like Shapovalov does have the game to Fred and Rublev because he's got a bigger serving and attack, shorten points, take time away. Rublev likes to get in a rally, right? Where he has time to set up and hammer the ball 3, 4, 5, 7 shots and overpower you in these rallies, right? So that's what he likes to do. But the players that are trying to end it in 1 or 2 shots, huge serve, shorten points, take time. Rublev never gets that 3, 4, 5 shots. He doesn't get time to even set up for one powerful shot. He doesn't like it, right? But I just think where we are now, I just think he's a bit too consistent, and Shapovalov won't be able to capitalize. So he's going to go for too much, hit the ball deep, make a lot of errors, and just not get the ball in play. Whereas Rublev's going to be able to come up with that power, but power more consistently with less errors. So one guy getting power, Shapovalov, but a lot of errors and not enough consistency, was Rublev almost matching him in the power, but getting very few errors and being more consistent. The difference is the unforced errors, with two powerful guys matching each other in the power, matching each other in winners. But when one guy has to give away a lot of errors to get that, the other guy doesn't. The extra errors from Shapovalov cost him the match, and then the fact that Rublev's not doing it, but still matching with the power, not being consistent, but without power, but matching with the power and also being consistent. So there's nothing that Shapovalov's doing better, and there is Rublev by getting that power with the consistency. I think it'll be two close sets, like a 7-6, 6-4 in favor of Rublev. But I'm saying Rublev's going to take this one and move through to the final. Then in the other semi-final, we're going to see Andy Murray versus Rafael Nadal. Now, these guys have a long history. Nadal's coming back off injury, so his first match after not playing, well, hasn't played for about 4 months, but he only played 2 matches then, so it's been about 6 months since he's actually been playing consistently. And yes, he's trained well. He's going to be fresh like Murray, and he's going to train well, and he's going to work hard. But I just think he's taken the time off. He's 100% over his injuries. He's fresh and he's trained a lot to prepare himself. And then Nadal, near the Nadal, who was, 6 months ago was about 2 in the world. I think he's going to be not quite back there, but he's going to be pretty close. And the Murray we have now is quite far from the Murray that used to challenge Nadal. But because Nadal is that Nadal, and he's just not quite 100% there because he's building back. He's building back off the injury, but he's going to be 90-80% of the way there. Whereas Murray is nothing like the old Murray we used to know. And they're both going to rally, they're both going to be consistent, but Nadal will just be, just that little bit better. He'll overpower him. He'll move him around. He'll expose the fact that Murray doesn't have the movement that he used to have. When Murray's consistent, Nadal will match him with the consistency, but then push him around with the power. And then when he's doing that, Murray doesn't have the movement, and Murray will just be a step slow. Won't be able to battle in that high level rallies like he used to with Nadal. Nadal will still be able to do it, but Murray won't. And then the lack of movement in the long rallies will be a problem. And as far as the consistency, the power, the defense, Nadal would just be that bit better in every area. It will be straight sets, but 2 close sets. So Nadal moves through to the final with the win over Murray. Then when we're looking at a Nadal Rublev final, right? I just think like in this one, I think now Nadal's trained. He's had all this time off. He's recovered from his injuries, refreshed. He's trained, and he's built his training up. and now he's even got that one match with the win over Murray. Whereas Rublev's just coming off a long, tired year. He's going to be a bit grind down on the body. He was playing poorly at the end of the year. He just survived some of these Davis Cup matches. So I think with the time off, the freshness, the recovering of the injury, the training, then the one match, I think Nadal can be close to his best. Rublev's been far from his best. And he's going to be a bit tired from the year, but because he's Rublev, he's 5 in the world, it's going to be close. But I just think Nadal will again be just slightly that bit better. And if it's one set all and it's the end of the third set, comes down to a few pressure moments to decide the tournament, I think that's the difference. Just Nadal better on pressure, and maybe Rublev is going to be a bit tired by the end of the third set and run down from the year last year. Whereas Nadal is fresh and well trained the match against Murray, and the better just being that bit a bit when they're on a similar level, just being that little bit better under pressure. So Nadal's going to win this in 3 sets, 2-1. He's going to beat Rublev in this final in Abu Dhabi, the Mobala. What is it? Mobala World Tennis Championships. So I'm saying Nadal's going to beat Rublev in the final and be the champion. And just quickly, the third place match will be so Nadal would have beaten Murray, so it would be Murray against Shapovalov, I believe, in the third place match. Yeah, because Rublev's going to beat Shapovalov, Nadal, so Murray, Shapovalov. Oh yeah, I just think Shapovalov is just going to attack, shorten the points, take time away, never let Murray in a rally, expose his movement. Shapovalov's a decent level, and Murray's still quite far from where he used to be. But I think it'll be 3 sets, right? But 2-1. Shapovalov's just too good, too much close to the prime of his career. Murray's never recovered from the hip surgery, can't reach the old Murray. And Shapovalov at the prime is just going to be that bit too fit, powerful, and just too good. So Shapovalov is going to win this, and he's going to get third place. So I'm saying Nadal first place, Rublev second place, and Shapovalov third place. So now let's just look to review the final of the Davis Cup, right? So the first match in the Davis Cup final was Rublev beat Borna Gojo 6-4, 6-4, 7-6. I mean, Gojo played well considering he's not even in the top 100, I believe not the 200, but it was either a case where they were getting in long rallies. Rublev was bossing him around and overpowering him and standing in the middle and moving him around. And when Gojo didn't want to be pushed around, he had to go for too much, try to win the point on the very first shot and go for too much. Too high risk tennis caused too many errors. So Rublev could just wait for the errors and win that way. And then when Gojo didn't want to go to try to win it in the first shot, was willing to get in a rally, then they were just rallies where Rublev was standing in the middle, bossing him around and winning the point that way. So it was either Rublev winning long rallies where he's standing in the middle, bossing Gojo around, and Gojo's just being moved side to side. Rublev's overpowering him in the rallies, or Gojo says, I'm sick of being pushed around, I'm going for too much, and hits errors. So it's either Rublev getting the errors or Rublev overpowering him and moving him around and winning the rally that way. The second one was Daniel Medvedev versus Marion Chillage, right? The first set, they just held serve, and it was just about the serve. Like, they both served well, they played well. Then we went to the tiebreak, and it was just, a bit more consistency from Medvedev, and then Chillage has to go for too much, makes a whole bunch of errors there. So then that's the first set. A few critical errors at an important time for Chillage. Too much defense and consistency, giving nothing away from Medvedev. No errors. Great defense, forcing Chillage to hit 2, 3, 4 shots. Goes for too much at the critical time. Medvedev wins the tiebreak. Then in the second set, it was 6-2. Medvedev again was able to match Chillage serve, so when Chillage gets 3 points in easy service games, Medvedev's able to get 3 points in easy service games, right? And then they just continue like that, right? But the thing of it is whenever Medvedev gets the ball back and forces Chillage into a rally, he can either move Chillage around and expose his lack of movement, or through defense, forcing Chillage to hit 3, 4, 5 great shots, and Chillage goes for too much. And that's what happened. He moved him around, exposed Chillage's lack of movement, or when Chillage was hitting good shots, forced him to hit 3, 4, 5 good shots. And with Chillage getting no unforced errors from Medvedev, the only way you can end the point is by going for it, right? But even with the no unforced errors from Medvedev, Chillage having to win every point with power because Medvedev's giving away for nothing. Medvedev's still asking to hit 3, 4, 5 good shots every time to win the rally, and eventually Chillage's consistency isn't enough. He goes for too much, too close to the line, and hits it out. And by Medvedev asking hit 3 or 4 good shots every time to win a rally, and Chillage's consistency not standing up for that, Chillage goes for too much power, too hard, too close to the line, makes some critical errors at important times, and then another couple of rallies when Chillage didn't go for too much. Then what we saw was Medvedev moving around, exposing the lack of movement, winning the long rallies that way, or Chillage going for too much to get past Medvedev's defense. And we saw that a couple of times in critical moments in 2 Chillage service games when Chillage missed a whole bunch of first serves. Medvedev forces him to the rally, forces Chillage to hit 3, 4, 5 good shots. Chillage goes for too much, makes errors, or Chillage doesn't go for too much. Medvedev moves him around, exposes a lack of movement. So by those 2 patterns of play, Chillage missing the first serve, Medvedev forcing him to rally, Medvedev moving him around, exposing his lack of movement, or Chillage having to hit 3, 4, 5 good shots to end the rally and getting frustrated and go for too much. It was one of the two. Either Chillage going for too much or Medvedev moving around, exposing the lack of movement. And Medvedev getting the rallies by Chillage missing the first serve. That caused 2 service breaks in the second set for Medvedev. So Medvedev wins. This gets the 2 breaks, wins the second set, and Medvedev wins this one 7-6, 6-2. So your 2021 Davis Cup champions is Russia. That's my video for today. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. I'll probably be back in a few days to preview the final of the Abu Dhabi tournament. So be back in a couple of days for that video, a preview of the final here in Abu Dhabi. And I've got interviews with Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, a preview of the final in Abu Dhabi. So much. So subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Have a great day or night. Bye for now. Thanks for being with me. Bye, guys. Thanks for being with me. Bye for now. Subscribe.